Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the DAC qualifier. I am Luminous, and we're going to be joined by Ayosin, and this is Mineski versus Faceless. A best of three here, and we are kind of getting deeper and deeper into the qualifiers here. Both these teams have done very well so far. I believe they've won all of their matches. Faceless, I'm pretty sure they've won all of their matches without dropping a single game. And I think Mineski might have dropped one or maybe two games in between, but overall, they have not lost a single match. So the Clash of Titans is kind of what this match is about. And Faceless gonna open things up here with a Earth Spirit, whereas Mineski is gonna pick up an Ogre. Miracle still drafting for the team. And Ayosin, talking about these two teams, is there a clear favorite here, or do you think it's gonna be pretty close?
I would definitely favor Faceless at the moment, just because of overall performance and like previous performances.
Okay. I guess it's pretty easy since that every game that they've won is like stops. And Mineski sometimes have to struggle for their win. And sometimes they even lose, so.
Yeah, like you said, I think they dropped maybe 2 games in the BO3s.
Yeah, they definitely lost that the Spectre game.
Well, in any case, Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit, the double Spirit strat, definitely not so easy to deal with.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Jabs lose on Ember Spirit just yet.
That's actually a good point.
Of course, they respect ban out the Pudge from Black. I am surprised that there is no ban towards Ice 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 at all. The Magnus that he's quite good with, the Enigma.
I think another thing to note is that Faceless is actually one of the only teams so far that doesn't ban out Naga Siren against Mineski.
Yeah. To be fair though, I think Mineski generally don't pick Naga anymore. Like, maybe they're thinking about it here. But
I mean, to be fair, from most of the games that I've watched them play, they never actually get the chance to pick Naga, simply because it's always banned.
Okay. Well, it's available here.
But also, to be fair, Faceless have a very good opener for a potential Naga pick, I think.
I think Earth Spirit might be a bit challenging, depending what lane he's in. You could get kind of annoyed pretty heavily. But apart from that...
Well, I just mean like in the overall sense of the hero's skill set. Earth Spirit, one of the very, very good heroes for shutting down a Naga, or catching Naga to begin with.
Yeah. I gotta ask you, let's say you have an equal skilled Naga player and an equal skilled Meepo player. In this given moment, would you rather have a Meepo on your team or a Naga?
I'd probably say Meepo.
Yeah, I think so as well.
If you're talking about equal skill, I'd probably go with Meepo. And Mineski are really taking their time.
Oh,
maybe this is why they don't ban out the Ice 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 here.
Yeah, second pick Magnus here, which, I mean, maybe they're taking it here so that if they do draft the Naga, it doesn't get easily countered by one of Faceless' stable hero. And it does open up a Meepo strategy if Mineski wants to run it down the road as well. Although I have not seen them play Meepo ever.
I don't think anyone on Mineski actually play Meepo. I mean, they probably do, but to be fair, maybe not at the same level as, all the other top Meepo players.
Right. Well, this is definitely maybe sidetracked nuts a little bit, as you generally don't see Magnus being picked up so early, but Miracle definitely took a lot of his time thinking about that pick, going deep into reserve time as well.
Are we going to see another PA game? I'm starting to feel like this is going to turn out to be another PA game. Seems like a lot of teams actually favor her right now.
Well, it's not exactly... You don't exactly have a good... I mean, PA's not countering anybody just yet, right? So I'm expecting more of just the melee core, and they do take out the Ursa. And I'm actually expecting this Magnus to be a off-lane Magnus instead of the mid.
Need to double check my sound settings. I actually forgot to check.
Seconds to go.
That's my bad. I should have reminded you, man.
5 seconds.
It's okay. This is the best time to do it. You know, only halfway through the draft.
Yeah, Faceless is taking out all of the melee cores, so if Mineski wants Naga, they still have it.
Radiant's pick.
Although the Morphling band signifies perhaps a Luna pick.
It's interesting. It's interesting to see a Morphling ban here. Is this
Yeah.
something that Black's had a lot of success with?
10 seconds to go.
I don't think so. I mean, Black does play the hero.
5 seconds.
You know what? Maybe Mineski is thinking about picking an Alchemist? Is that too crazy to say? And they don't want...
For Mineski, or are you talking about for Faceless?
Pick.
For Mineski's, and they don't want Morphling to have an easy replicate for free Radiance. Because, like, Alchemist plus Magnus in power is... I don't know. OP farming.
I don't. Yeah, I actually think it definitely would work here.
10 seconds to go.
But you know how Alchemist is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it
Flops.
gets owned.
Reserve time.
And against an Ember Spirit, he actually has
5 seconds.
quite a lot of difficulties, assuming Ember Spirit has a decent start.
Alright, we're gonna pick up a Lone Druid instead. This time didn't take, 2 minutes to think about this one. Just a quick and easy pick. One of the strongest carry heroes in this patch. Could be played from the mid position, could be played from the
10 seconds.
the safe lane position. Do you feel like Lone Druid is one of those like
5 seconds.
carries that eat up a lot of farm on the map, so that if you have a Lone Druid already, your second core pick has to be somewhat more space making?
I don't think so. I think Lone Druid actually just farms like at an average speed. I don't think it's as crazy as something like Alchemist or Naga or Anti-Mage kind of level of farming. I would say he's about one tier below that. So if he's your core carry hero, it kind of leaves a decent amount of space for another core to farm up.
Well, I was gonna say that Faceless might be thinking of a Faceless Void carry from Black. I feel like the Chronosphere is going to be very good control against the Magnus as well as Lone Druid. And more importantly, there's very few ways to rescue the bear. With that said though, I don't think I've seen Faceless play the Void without the Magnus in power, so...
Yeah, I think actually, I think it actually might not be that bad still, if they really wanted it. Because I was thinking like maybe there's not the greatest of setups to use with the Chronosphere, but if you play it as a carry Void, you can actually just, kill people by yourself. And with an Ember Spirit and a Darkseer, you can easily just fight the rest of the team that isn't caught in the Chrono.
Silencer as the reply here. Most likely going to be Ninja Boogie's hero, although I think for Ogre Magi, Ninja Boogie and Jules kind of swap it off depending who is playing what.
Dyer's bang.
The OD gets taken out.
Interesting to see an OD ban. I would imagine that if I was Mineski, I would rather have another disable here, like a support, and maybe just
10
run
seconds to go.
mid silencer, I think.
Dyer's pick.
Yo, is this AM time? Okay, just kidding. I was gonna say you have Magnus. Maybe that's just too greedy. AM and Lone Druid. But instead they're gonna
So it's going to be support, silencer, and ogre.
Yep.
And then they're going to do either mid or legion commander mid. Sorry, I think LC is actually pretty decent against
10
Ember.
seconds to go.
Yeah, it's definitely not too bad. Although I feel like Faceless as a whole, as a team, is very good against these type of heroes that rely on ganks to propel themselves ahead. Because their map movement in mid games are generally very good. So I think, like, no matter how well this LC does in lane, I think the true test for her is actually the laning, the ganking phase in the mid game. And my prediction is that she's actually not going to do too well.
And they go back to the black Clinks. And we've seen this time and time again. This Clinks is able to just put a lot of pressure on the enemy team.
Yep.
And retain like a very, very good amount of farm while giving the supports lane to farm as well.
Especially against a team that doesn't exactly have the best lockdown, right? You're looking at a Fire Blast, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, sure, Magnus has Skewer and RP, but and LC has dual, but Kling's is most likely going to come from a backstab position. So I really like this pick. And something that you've talked about in the past is against kind of big AoE initiators, such as Tidehunter, Magnus, RP. When you have a Rubik on your team, it's good to give them that farm, whether it's getting a Blink Dagger or an Aether Lens. And having a Klinks to have the ability to move away from the lane and into the jungle will free up a lane for Rubik to farm.
5 seconds.
Yep. I honestly feel like we've seen this almost exact lineup from Faceless before. And if I remember it correctly... Oh, what? XY accidentally canceled his TP.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That
yeah. I think it was this exact lineup, but instead of a Darkseer, they had Enigma. That's their offlane.
Ah, okay.
I don't think I've seen Ice actually play Darkseer all too often in this patch.
The last time they ran this, I remember them just pretty much like never getting caught out, and then everyone's just farming really heavily, and they would commit big cooldowns like the Black Hole just to pick off key heroes, and then top lane,
Yeah.
Jules is in a bit of trouble.
Iron Shell being
think
dropped
he's
on
fine.
here. Don't think they're gonna chase this, and now the bear coming in. Jay wants to right click a little bit. Jay,
Wait, he has a roll again though.
yeah,
You
he
have to be really
does.
careful.
But the block. Oh, the bear does not block it. Well, lots more damage being dealt this way around. Ice is gonna take a bit more on the way out. Great reaction here from Mineski to drive them away from the rune spot. And it's going to be a Miracle mid LC. I think this is the first time I've seen him play this hero.
I don't know why, but I feel like I've seen him play this before.
Do you remember anything about his build or item choices?
Nothing really comes to mind. If I had to make a guess, though, I would have to assume that it's somewhat standard. Going into phase boots and then something like armlet,
Okay.
and then you go into blink dagger, blade mail, the usual item build.
Now, the Mineski cores, when they're going mid, they've been skipping bottles, at least on Shadow Fiend. You think LC is a hero that could skip a bottle in the mid lane?
Oh, thought Jab's gonna go for that courier. I think LC actually could if she really wanted to, but I think this is the kind of lane where you want to kind of spam overwhelming odds. So
Top lane, Ice walking in deep with the Iron Shell, but pretty much gets driven away here by the two supports.
yeah, I think Mineski are actually doing a pretty good job fending off this Darkseer dual lane.
Yeah.
Normally, whenever you see this dual lane, both of the supports have like a lot of issue dealing with it.
Well, I think the dual lane is very good against weak support overall, which Silencer and Ogre definitely is not. And of course, Jay does have the bear to tank for him, although currently it's being micro behind the tower for now. So the Iron Shell harass is not going to be too much, at least not right now. Once Ice gets to level 3, it gets a little bit better. But man, that bear is about to go down. He needs to send it to base already.
Definitely do not want to give up 300 gold just like that. Oh, he's going to resummon it. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
Better not die though.
I mean, even if he dies here, he has 2 supports around him, so it isn't too bad. But these Iron Shells are...
I think the Iron Shell is like going to kill you in lane if you don't have your bear.
I guess so.
Look at how much damage it's taking though.
The bear's down to half HP already. Mid lane Miracle gets
Mid lane?
forced back a little bit. It's gonna have to salve up.
Are trying to steal bounty rune. Oh, is Nuts gonna stop him? No, he can't. So Ice is just gonna go into the jungle. XY is gonna leech whatever he can up here. Not gonna be too much action. Bottom lane, just farming. Is ES bugged? Do you have any idea what this bug might be?
Nope.
Stuck in rolling boulder. That's actually a pretty annoying bug to deal with.
Oh, first blood happening on the bottom side. Honestly, did not expect this one to be the lane to be here to be killed. If R is be careful, he should never die here. But I guess you just got lifted, tossed back, and right clicked.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect that as well. They killed him underneath his tower, so they got him the right clicks needed, I suppose. He does have boots now, so much less likely that he'll get picked off, I guess.
Yeah.
Surprised to see that he's not opting for jungle. I feel like the jungle Magnus strat is just incredibly strong for the offlaner.
Well, the problem is he's got Skewer and Shockwave, and I think you definitely need Empower to jungle. Back in the mid lane, Miracle and Jabs trading a ton of hits here, dropping super low. It seems like both melees are having a lot of trouble with each other. Overwhelming odds, and the Ember Shield is doing a lot of work.
Let's see, Flame Guard level 2 absorbs 200 magic damage, and Overwhelming Odds level 3. I think it's like barely enough, right? He has to nuke right now.
He's not nuking.
I think there was enough creeps to dispel it.
Yeah, I thought so as well. But it's not like he died for anything, so he's fine. He's farming extremely well, and so is Jabs.
I guess he held on to it because he actually wants to do damage to him, rather than
Break his
remove
flame.
the shield.
Yeah. Although I want to say once you break his shield, he can't really farm as efficiently anymore.
Oh, top lane. Not going to be able to catch off Ice Ice Ice. How's XY doing? It's level 3. I feel like he should actually just come into this bottom lane. I think if he's down here, R actually has no choice but to go jungle.
Which I think for a Magnus is not too bad. I think the fact that they got a first blood onto R is already enough. They're shutting him down pretty hard already, even without the Earth Spirit. I think it's okay to do a 2-1-2. Make sure that your Rubik gets some decent levels.
Wait, and look at this. When is the last time you've seen Ancient stacking?
Yeah, man.
Let's have a 3-stack on this Ancient count.
Who are they exactly stacking for? Because none of these guys are super good at taking it.
I sort of recall someone making a Darkseer guide being able to do Ancients, I think.
I've seen a jungle guide, but not a ancient guide in the new patch.
Alright, let's find out.
RR gonna get rolled on here. Kick is available. It's gonna come through, and the Orb of Venom, it's gonna allow a couple more right clicks here. RR dropping very low. He needs one more, and he's gonna get it. XY gonna get the kill, and that TP is coming way too late. Ninja Boogie slow on the reaction here, and XY, well, is gonna be able to run away.
Oh, he's gonna get a bounty rune as well.
And he's out.
Rolls out. Nicely done by XY. That's actually really big for a support at this stage of the game, getting a solo kill.
And a bounty, and then draws the TP. No problem, man.
Alright, Miracle's already level 7, but with the kind of lineup that they have, there's not really any good setup for his duel, I feel. Maybe he needs to buy... No, I don't think he can buy Blink first, though. Oh, and RR goes down again. Bottom lane.
Yeah, I don't know about this bottom lane anymore, because not only is this going to accelerate the tier 1 tower going down, which allows the Klings to leave the lane, this also slows down a very slow farming hero like Magnus. I mean, I assume he's slow farming because he's not in the mid lane. Like, what does he do to recover right now? Go in the jungle?
The thing is, I don't think he is slow farming. It's just, you have to build towards it, right?
Right.
And you basically go for that empower build, but I mean, if you look at his skill build right now, it's
Bottom tower.
2
Normal build?
shockwave and 1 empower. No iron talent. I don't think you're gonna be able to jungle very quickly like that.
I mean, Shockwave is okay for pushing out the waves, but in terms of just getting rich and getting gold, Empowers, where's that?
Oh, he's starting to level empower now instead.
It's getting wrecked right now by the searing arrows.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Ice, ice, ice. Helm of the Dominator, Darkseer as well. Actually, to be fair though, I have seen this one before. I think NP did it. MSS is the one who did it.
Okay.
He basically gets the centaur creep, right? And then he surges himself in, vacuums everyone on top of his centaur creep. All right, wait. He's gonna do the ancients now. Watch. Let's see how this works.
You know the higher HP regen creep is gonna be somewhat annoying here. It looks like he's
I think
able
those
to take it
died first.
down. Yeah, they have low HP.
They don't have any magic reasons. It's a bigger issue.
The problem is like it's like look at this. The HP is pretty full. I guess this is not that bad.
This is definitely not bad. Look,
Yeah.
they're dying faster than you.
Yeah.
Than you think.
Look. It's okay. Doing work.
Oh, bottom lane. Nuts. Deep in enemy territory. Is he gonna get dueled?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's actually clearing a 3-stack Ancients. Looks like he's gonna have to body tank the last couple of waves. Jabs maybe here to help out here.
Oh. He's gonna go invis and he has an ion shell. This is a very nice rotation, but Mineski sentry'd up. They know he's here. Are they going to prepare for him? Is the real question.
The creep was chasing, but he doesn't care. He's gonna go forward, but Nice Fair is gonna push him away. The kick. One more jump forward. He's rooted and still rooted. Now silenced up, so he actually can't chase anymore. He's out of mana. Now Jabs.
Careful. If he gets rooted one more time, he's actually going to die.
Nice kick here by XY, covering the retreat here of Jabs. Oh my god, those sentries. Just outside of the range.
They're all over the place.
Just outside the range of the one that Faceless put down.
Alright, Black rotating to mid lane.
Jules gets vacuumed back in.
Oh my god, look at that damage.
Yo. That was just power threats, not even max staring arrows. Does Zeppack just run out? Or is that even
I
without
think
Zeppack?
Jetpack just ran out.
Okay.
In top lane. XY gets dueled again. 20 damage.
Alright.
This is probably the most success I've ever seen a LC have so far.
Yep. In the pro game at least.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it doesn't really matter at this stage of the game. It matters the next 5 games or so, whether you're going to be able to find them. But right now, he is accelerating towards the blink, which is pretty key.
I think overall it is actually very important though. All this damage really adds up quickly, and then once you have a decent amount, you can easily just find kills on your own and just snowball into the later stages of the game.
At the very
Looking
least,
for-
it's going to help him farm faster as well.
Oh, mid lane, Jules gets
Yep.
caught out again.
Black going to be here, and he's already on the dominating streak. Tower has already went down. Miracle rotating back in. Looks like he's got the armlet queued up, so really no worry about ganking right now. Just want to make sure that he's super tanky when he's actually participating in the fights.
Oh, RR. Is he gonna get caught out? XY sees him, I think. Okay, he's out. They're not gonna risk it.
Dyer's top tower's getting beat down.
Black wants to steal this creep.
He's going to get
Got
it. Nuts gets his CS in the lane.
You know the drill. The Dyer went and fortified their structure.
This is very reminiscent of the
Dyer's top
other time they ran this Clink strategy.
Man, look
Black
at
just always seems to get his farm and kills around this time.
the net worth lead right now. It's about 6,000 net worth lead in 12 minutes. Miracle's about to die to the Ancients, but he does have a shrine next to him. I mean, we've seen Faceless being very efficient, but kind of surprises me how efficient they happen.
Yeah, and this is mid roll.
Global's
Kick.
gonna come out, but that was after the kick, and now they're gonna turn around for XY, but the Global now ends on the back line. Duel goes off here against Black, but Black's fine. Triple Remnant back in. Miracle taking a ton of damage. She will be the first one to go down. Jules, second one to go here. And Black ends up right in front of the tier 2, so he's gonna start strafing that one down.
They're stealing the stack as well.
Oh my god, this is not great. Well, as we've seen in the last couple of days, when you pick a silencer and you don't use that global offensively, rarely good things come out of it.
Yeah, I agree. Whenever you have a silencer draft, if you're just straight up losing off of your global usages, it's a very bad sign. And interesting build from Ice Ice. He doesn't even have the wall. Doesn't even need it. His wall is the Ursa clap.
I mean, he's playing the micro siege unit, or not siege unit, just neutral creep build, right?
Oh,
Alright,
bottom shrine.
Duel's gonna fly up here, and XY
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
giving up damage once again. He does. Okay, the chain's gonna slow down Miracle, but he will press the attack and get it off. Japs is like,
just running in.
yeah, 1v4. He's just like got no fear.
Top tower, you know the drill.
I mean, they technically could have RP'd him, I guess.
I actually don't even know if they have enough to kill him at that point. They used everything on XY to be, anyways. I don't think anyone else actually has too much damage.
Miracle? Oh my god, the right clicks are... Alright, he's down to about a little bit of health. Nuts. Gonna try to run away, but I don't think Mineski's able to chase. Man, look
And
at
while
Clinks.
this is happening, Ice, this is just like his Enigma game.
Yep. Or Magnus. Literally, that's how he plays every single offlane, right?
Look at this Centaur creep. Oh my, look how much damage it
Yo,
does.
he's
Just
gonna
the Ion Shell. And
Now he's gonna
running it
farm
in.
with it. No problem.
Dire's bottom tower got blown to bits.
Man, the amount of pressure that Faceless is exerting over the map is kind of crazy.
Oh, bottom, roll in, stun, double stun. Very nicely done by XY.
Yep, Jules
Jabs
gonna
can
go
get
down.
more.
And Black is nearing that Desolator. I don't know, man. I see Mineski just getting rolled over in the next 10-15 minutes.
It's not even just a Desolator too. He's got a Dragon Lance as well. Black is incredibly farmed.
Yeah, Dragonlance, Power Trap, Magic Wand, Soul Ring. Like, he's not skipping any of the small items.
And the entirety of Faceless, all three cores, just towering over Mineski right now.
Ooh, Dire smoked right under a under a Faceless ward, so this rotation is gonna get spotted. Faceless gonna pour it out at the top lane. And gonna high on the mid lane. So this map movement is also not gonna work unless they're gonna go straight into a Roshan, but I don't think they have that damage without the Lone Druid.
I think even with the Lone Druid, it would take him far too long to find a pickoff.
This will do nicely.
Alright. Faceless just completely avoiding it.
Wait, Ice.
I don't even think it's safe to jump Ice. I think Ice is actually tanky enough that if you jump him, his entire team is going to be there to turn the gank around.
True. Well, the next
And
best
once
thing
again,
is a push.
Yeah, take trades at least. I actually think that it was Faceless that ran this
Dire's bottom
this lineup against Mineski. Or sorry, like this is very reminiscent of that exact rematch
Yep.
or match.
If
And
it's not the exact same,
it's playing out the same.
yeah, if it's not the exact heroes, it's the same playstyle. Just split the map, have black pressure everywhere, and then split push everywhere. Pressure all the tier 2 towers.
Dire's mid tower.
And Mineski, sooner or later, is going to get very antsy, and they're going to go walk into the Roshan pit. There are no wards of the Radiant team to see this, so maybe Mineski could get away with this, and they are doing it pretty fast. The rotations are not coming quickly enough here by Faceless. And Roshan
That's
will go
has
to
a
Miracle.
smoke. That's how
Wait,
the smoke. He's
wait.
rating it up.
They're coming in. Ice. Gonna maybe actually surge in and dominate a unit. They're gonna try to send it into the Roshan pit, but a little bit too late. Miracle
they
will
fight
pick up the
here.
Aegis. Jab's gonna come back in. Miracle gets rooted up here. He does not have to press the attack.
Oh, they find out Black.
Global has been
Focus
used.
tossed
Ninja
out.
Boogie's gonna go down here. They're gonna focus here on Black. Black taking a
Black
ton of
is
damage.
so
They
strong,
duel him
though,
as well.
with
The
the
back
vacuum.
wall is gonna be on top.
Oh!
The magnetize as well. Black survives the duel. They lose all 5, including the Aegis. And I do Miracle will spawn into another Death of His. He's now gonna focus on Black, but Black too tanky for him. That is a 6-0 fight.
That was an amazing Earth Spirit vacuum combo. Perfectly executed.
Yep.
And even with the global, there's just no damage. They couldn't pick out a good target to focus down. The target that they picked out was Black, but with Death Pack, Black has like 1800 life.
I think we've seen every combination of Silencer plus Lone Druid lose. I haven't seen these two heroes paired together and actually win. Because I just don't think they synergize very well together. Like, the global is great, but you want burst damage and quick kills to follow up with that. And I don't think Lone Druid, at least currently in this stage of game, is outputting that kind of damage.
I think like they definitely have the damage. It's just their laning phase was so went so poorly that they don't have the damage because of the net worth difference.
Okay.
Because I think like with a Legion Commander, right, an RP, Empower, and just a Maelstrom on the Lone Druid, you would think that there should be a decent amount of damage, but RP wasn't even used. Miracle ended up dueling the Clinks, and We all saw how that went.
Right.
He just tanked like what 1,000 life, and then vacuum dart Earth Spirit combo came in.
Well, I think
Easy
that's
turnaround.
that's the other problem with Silencer, right? Remember yesterday, as we do see a Rowan against R on the bottom lane, Black is coming in, the kick is gonna hit, and Black is gonna just clean him up in a couple of hits, and now he's gonna turn to Miracle as well. Man, all those Deso hits. Is he actually gonna make it out of TP? Vacuum's gonna cancel out TP. Miracle's also dead. I remember yesterday there was a Silencer game where it was paired with the Slaughter, and the Slaughter could not get a blink till like very, very late. And that's also Silencer's problem. Like, if you don't have an offensive initiator, using globals defensively is just like, it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And because RR is having such a hard time this game, that blink is never really gonna come.
I honestly believe that the most important thing to take from this game was like recognizing just how strong you are in the offlane, and Faceless just had too much for this Magnus to handle. I think he should have recognized it after maybe like the first death and transitioned into more of a jungling offlaner build.
Yeah. Because regardless whether you're in the lane or not, that Klink's is farming. Rubik is pulling. So, maybe farming the jungle would have been the best trade-off.
And I think I mentioned it during the draft, and I still feel like it holds true, is that Mineski don't exactly have the greatest of disables. It's way too reliant on an RP.
Yep.
It's just an RP and a duel at this point.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
Alright. Faceless. They spot
Oh,
someone out.
Jay gonna get caught here by the Siren Chains, and oh, the Fear not gonna help him run away. Everybody on the chase, and that's a godlike streak on Black. I think we're about to see the high ground temp here, and I actually don't think Mineski could hold this.
Ice just standing in underneath the tower, not worrying too much. And just like that, a couple hits from Black. That's pretty much your tower going down. 75% of its life down already.
There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
You know, looking at this talent tree for Klinks, he gets 50, essentially plus 30 free damage once he gets 15. That's quite a bit. Jules. And they're gonna go a global duel being used here, but that's one kill. Okay, that's pretty good. Vac Waldo, this combo much better for
combo.
Faceless. Woo! And
I
that's
actually
it.
think that Black would have lived there too if Ice had his Greaves up at the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
but just 5 seconds off from cooldown.
Okay, they do spend a buyback, and with that, the racks will be held. I'm pretty sure that Faceless very happy with the exchange. They'll back up, farm a little bit more, and come back another day.
This Earth Spirit has 9 urn charges. The most value you can get out of an urn.
Just killing people too quickly. Don't have time to actually drop them. You know, I've never seen a hero not tick the talent, even at level 13. Like, normally people skip like 1 point or 2, but XY is just playing old school Earth Spirit without all these fancy talent trees.
I actually think it's... actually, to be fair, I'd probably take one of them at this point.
I think the armor and the end is very helpful, so.
I think Rolling Boulder, the cooldown reduction is so nice to have, though. Either way, I think his decision is perfectly fine.
Wait, what are you talking about? Cooldown reduction?
The Rolling Boulder, just by having extra levels, 4 seconds.
Oh, I see. I thought you
Cooldown
were saying a
reduction.
talent reduces, so I was like,
Oh, no.
Yeah. Does Magnus have the blink yet? Yes, he does. Man, he's so low to mana as well.
All this bear is like dead already.
Yeah, Bear's
Bear.
gone. They
Oh,
lift back
Ogre?
Jules. Jules is, okay, RP only hits 1, but they pull him back. Black taking a ton of damage. But the fact wall combo again! 3-man silence, 3-man magnetize. Just call it. And that's a GG. Ban Darkseer, I guess.
Van
Is what-
Dark's here.
Man, all of these C
Damn,
games.
that execution.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I know
You know,
yesterday.
even though the game was a stomp, it's always nice to see these combos because at least that's like a highlight reel, right?
Yesterday you said that Silencer was like the secretly OP hero. I think seeing him lose 2 days in a row now, I don't know. Maybe Darkseer is really the OP hero, period.
Darkseer definitely is one of the OP heroes.
Yep.
One of the only heroes to have survived every single patch. At least I think so, right? I don't think there's ever been a patch where he wasn't picked a decent amount.
Well, I'm pretty sure nobody will pick him next patch because Ice Rock most likely will nerf cooldown by 1 second. So the hero then is unplayable. But until then, we're gonna see a lot more of Darkseer. Maybe even in this series. We're gonna take a short break. Faceless looking pretty hot here as they continue the win streak. I don't think they lost a game. I don't know for God knows how long. But let's see if Mineski could make them work for it. I do believe the score at one point was a 3-2-2. I'm not sure. It was not looking. But Faceless rolling. We'll go on break and we'll be back.